I've been wanting to improve our saw's fence for a while. The end stop on 3 of our saws is a welded stop that is held on with 2 vice grips. And in order to change it, you have to loosen 2 vice grips, set them down, move the metal welded up contraption closer away from the saw and measure it and hope you get it clamped down right. When you're clamping it, it moves, so your measurement gets off a little bit. And then once you get it clamped down, then you have to make your first test cut. Once you make that cut, you then have to measure the cut and see how you did. From there, you have to tap it with a hammer to adjust it towards or away from the blade. Make another test cut and see how that did. These get you close, but it's not exact, it's not quick, it's not efficient. It's fine when you're cutting 100 or 1,000 of a part, but our new way of working, we're more cutting 3 and 2 in very small quantities, which requires a faster setup and changeover. I'll let you know when I get the cut right. Each time I do this, I have to pick up tape measure, measure it, set the tape measure down, or hook it back on my belt, or pick up a hammer, adjust it, put the hammer back. Every time I have to do multiple steps just to do the same setup, and then test it. And I will note this saw was running a little fast on these first cuts. I slowed it down for the testing of the final setup. Got it. Here is the new way of cutting. Along the back of the saw, we've mounted a fence that runs the length of the outfeed table. On top of this, we have a tape measure clamped down, and we've made a movable stop with 2 vice grips welded to it. That way we can slide the stop down to the length and just look at the tape measure on top to see where to stop. Clamp down the vice grips. They are a little stiff at this time, and they need to be a little smoother moving. But we slide it down to our 24-inch measurement that we're aiming for. Clamp it down, push the metal up against the stop, and make our cut. Saw is cycling a little slow right now because it was running too fast before. Part is dead on 24 inches. I don't know if you can see that very well. Focus. But didn't need my tape measure. Didn't have to do 3 sample cuts. Didn't have to spend time tapping it with a hammer. All set.